Righto guys, we're back. So yeah, you would have seen in one of our recent videos where we did the release and the introduction of our new Canopy build, and we did say that we were going to do a 12 volt, a separate video for our 12 volt. Well, we're doing it today. Righto, 12 volt system. So we went through a business called AGD Auto, reputable business, got a really good reputation within the Perth region and all over the place. I even get people down from Port Hedland to do work on their vehicles. They actually own and run a mechanical side of things. They've just recently gone into doing 12 volt installs, and a big part of going with AGD wasn't just about their reputation, but their head of the electrical builds now is Andy, who used to work for Allspark Off-Road Living and do their installs. So when we originally spoke to Aaron and Andy down at AGD, we got them. I sort of had it in my head that we were going to run Red Arc. I asked for a quote. I told them essentially what we were trying to achieve, what size system we wanted, so on and so on, to give them an idea of, you know, what we were trying to build in our canopy, and told them that we would, we'll get the canopy put on. And after giving us a quote on the system that I requested, and at the same time as when we got the quote, I was asked the question, was Red Arc the only, I suppose, brand that I was interested in? I just said, oh look, just give us a quote and we'll go from there. I've used it before, it's never let me down, happy days. Anyway, so I got the quote, and it was pretty insane. Like, yeah, it was a pretty sort of knocked me off my seat, just quietly. When I was on the phone to Aaron, the business owner down there, he said, mate, would you be interested in going with Victron? And could I send you a quote for the exact same setup through Victron, guarantee it's going to be cheaper? So I got the quote from for Victron gear, and it was definitely a better quote. And I'd done some research on Victron. I knew a little bit about Victron, knew quite a few people that used it, and everyone raves about it. So we've gone down the Victron path, and this is what it is. We've got 300 amp hour of lithium, so that is two 150 amp hour slimline batteries running in parallel, making up the 300 amp. So we have a 30 amp MPPT charger. That's for the three 120 watt flat solar panels on the roof, all running in series, making up a 360 watt panel as such. Victron. Then we have a 20 amp MPPT charger, also Victron. That's for the output on the back of the vehicle. So that's to suit an external solar blanket. We've got a 200 watt blanket. So if we're ever in a position where we wanted the car in the shade but still wanted a little top up, we could just put the blanket out, or if we went to a caravan park or home or whatever, you get what I'm saying. So we've got that one for that. We've got the Garmin 6-way switch panel. So that Garmin panel there is hooked up to an app on my phone, and what that does is it allows us to run these lights inside the canopy, and also the lights on the roof rack from that app. So with that app, we can be in the tent at night, and we can, if we hear a noise outside, or if we need to get down to go to the loo, or whatever the case may be, we can just jump into the app, turn the lights on, and it just lights up around the car. Great little concept. We have the Garmin Servo. We'll show you that in a second. We have a 50 amp Victron DC to DC charger, obviously running off the alternator, so while we're driving we get 50 amps out of the alternator and we're chucking it into our system. Bloody perfect. So then we have a 15 amp AC charger in there. So I'll show you this. The reason we've gone this, so this, when we if we pulled into a caravan park, or when we get home and we park up for a bit, we can just hang that out the door, plug a lead in, shut the door, lock it up and walk away. The reason we've gone down that path is if you do the traditional setup, we have a 15 amp output outside the vehicle. It comes into a whole new set of regulations, more for the caravan inside, and there's a fair bit that goes into it. So the board suggested that we go down this path, just have the lead coming out of there, and then the GPO's all been wired and signed off with a proper circuit breaker. And I believe like your household Sparky comes in and does that and registers and signs it off. So we've got a GPO in there it's set up properly. It's not going to burn the bloody car to the ground. It's legal and it's certified. So yeah, love that. That's great. That works good for us. Righto, back to the business side. As you can see, you've sort of got everything here displayed in front of you. This is a 3000 V inverter. My understanding with this inverter, it looks like a bloody household inverter. I believe that's good for around about that. Well, I think it's marked up as a 2400. The boys run some tests on it with us and put a kettle, soldering iron and a couple other things running off it. It was pulling, like, I think off the top of my head, it was 2940 watts out of there, and it didn't miss a beat. It was sick. Love it. Like, for us to be able to use that going forward for our induction, and lo and behold, coffee machine works a bloody treat. And wrapped with that, you see there also the GPO all wired up, as I said, certified. And then you see the batteries here running in parallel. All makes sense. What we have here is the servo screen, or the servo system, and the Garmin screen, or Victron screen. So what this does here, it gives us a layout of what's going in, what's going out. Shows our batteries are at 100% at the moment. Battery sitting at 13.5 volts. There's 2.9 because the fridge is running out of it. We'll get back to the fridge in a minute. Tells you what loads and all the rest of it. Where's my screen? Menu. What it does here, it just gives us a rundown. So when we want to turn the inverter on, you can do it manually off the inverter, or you can just come to here and we just simply touch that, switch on, bang, inverter's on, ready to go, do whatever you want. As simple as, again, switching it off, take that back out of that screen. It shows us what's going into the solar off the roof. So that's the 360 watt, all running in series on the roof. All this is run through one of these Victron shunts. You might be familiar with them. It's a 500 amp hour shunt, and that's the little brain where everything goes into it and it gives you a readout of everything. So that shows us here, tells us our percentage, our rate, what's going in and out, notifications. The solar's nothing going in there. It shows us nothing going in through the DC. Yeah, great bit of kit. Love it. It gives us everything read out there. All our circuit breakers here. The only thing I'm going to say, when we did the system, if we did this again, I'd probably put them in a different spot. Just because I think we've got to build something around that to stop that getting knocked. But look, that's bloody mint. Like, everything's got its own circuit breaker. It's it's so good. Like, so professional. It's well done. The other thing, got our little fuse box here, and that's basically everything fused. You'll blow there, blow that, change the thing out, reset it. Happy days. Here we have one SIG plug and three USB-A and USB-C, three of them on either side. You would have seen on the other side, we have the exact same setup for charging anything, batteries, cameras, drones, all the rest of it. We opted to do that on either side, and then we're just going to make some shelves potentially to put everything on. What else we got? So here we've also got the boys to wire in. This is an Anderson plug. We've got one of the Morphlate compressors. We think we're gonna put a mount on the roof or whatever, and we're gonna mount the compressor in here somewhere, we're not sure yet, and then the lead will just plug that in, so it will essentially be hard mounted, and they're giving us enough to draw. I think they pull like bloody 150 amps or something crazy at startup, and then but I think we've got a little video of like 66 amps. It's pulling wire, it's at full bolt, and then here the boys have just chucked in a little Anderson plug for us. So we've also got a travel buddy that we want to put. We're not sure where that's going to get mounted, but that's going to be where we plug that into as well. Last couple of things. These are a 30 centimetre all spark light. So obviously we've got the white, all touch button, and red for the bugs, and then we've got a 90 centimetre strip light, the same, red, white. With these ones, they're actually, it just works out that the way the core door sits is there's that little bit of a 45. So these lights sit on a 45, and they give a bloody good directional light down on here without having to be just sort of down on the ground, but enough light to be able to sort of shine down over a table or whatever, if we've got a table here, or when we get the internals done on the canopy, you know, if we have a drawer in the kitchen come out here or whatever, it actually gives quite enough light there. Last couple of things. So we have these little 7-inch LED steady lights on the side, these little work lights. Just watch your eyes there, Dale. So you've got your white, and they're just press button, obviously, and they're your orange. So for your bugs, they're bloody bright, really bloody bright. And again, so they're all set up through the app, the Garmin app, so I can just turn them on, you know, laying up in bed. Last set of lights we've got here, guys. Yeah, we've got these two sitting on the back, the work lights. Obviously, again, through the app. And we can just turn them whether we want them up straight for camp, or down here on the ground. The other thing I forgot to mention in our previous Canopy video was that we got the 130 litre Dometic upright fridge from Core Off-Road. They installed it and put it into the thing, and then when we took it down to AGD, those guys wired it up for us and have powered it up. Yeah, still getting used to this. That'll potentially be, you know, maybe a different video, guys. We'll tell you what we think of the upright fridge, but so far, beers are cold, vodka's cold, food's cold, freezer works, happy days. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's our 12 volt setup. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you got something out of it, maybe. Not sure, because everyone's setup's different, everyone's needs are different, and how people travel is very different. Yeah, look, if you've got any questions about this setup and how we went about it, all the rest of it, please hit us up. We love your feedback, we love your questions, and we'll keep you updated along the way. Again, this is what we've got. So far so good, but yeah, as we'll do another review in 6 months time or 12 months time with a few more trips up its sleeve, and we'll let you know if everything's still working. But yeah, love your feedback. If you think we're missing something, or we should have done something, or if you've got some other ideas of, you know, maybe we could have done this or done that, yeah, let us know. Thanks for watching again, and yeah, love your support, guys. Like and subscribe, tell your mates, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers, eh? Righto, so the company we went through to do our 12 volt system was AGD Auto. Couple of reasons. One, they've got a reputable, what's their fucking reputation? They've got a good reputation?
Reputable business or a good reputation.
Yeah, got one of them, eh?